Randy Stair.
All right.
He's obsessed with two things not often found together, the cartoon Danny Phantom and
Yep.
Columbine. Although this
Okay.
should have raised red flags when Randy's descent into madness went overlooked by those around him.
Bro,
nothing
how do
would
you
stand in his
overlook
way
this
from
shit?
becoming
This-
a mass killer.
Okay.
What's up, Ewu crew? It's the Raven, here to share another shocking, interesting, or just strange but very true story with you. Today's subject is Randy Stair, more popularly remembered as Andrew Blaze. Despite being known by his YouTube pseudonym, I'm going to use his legal name Randy when talking about him, as this is
Randy.
the name that would eventually become infamous. What makes this case uniquely disturbing is the fact that Randy actually videotaped everything up until the day of his massacre and left behind a trail of disturbing clues in preparation for his final plan.
Cup,
And
are you
although all
talking
the
about
signs were there that something was about
Cup? If you're talking about Sonichu in that saga, that will be a whole nother. That's gonna be a whole. That's
to go very wrong.
That's gonna
Randy's
be a
fans
thing.
either ignored
Trust
it or
me.
didn't take it seriously. But Randy was dead serious, and I'm not exaggerating when
what's her name? Her name is it's Chris Chan.
I say the motive behind his massacre is the most bizarre I've ever heard. Randy first became interested in YouTube in 2008, eventually creating a channel called Pioneer Productions. At first, his content seemed pretty normal. He created Let's Plays, filming himself and his reactions as he
Just
played
normal.
video
Oh
games.
shit!
And sometimes he'd act out
No!
skits with a toy frog and stuffed whale. He rubbed shoulders with some popular creators in YouTube's early days. He was mentioned at one point
Ray
in a
William
Ray William
Johnson.
Johnson video, bragged that Fred supposedly liked one of his videos, and was even friends with Plasma Master Dawn, a YouTuber who recently died and was then allegedly exposed as a sex offender. But as Randy's
Oh?
videos went on, there was a noticeable change.
Oh, braggy.
You see, Randy was obsessed with the Nickelodeon cartoon Danny Phantom, which
Ah,
follows the adventures of
see,
main
this is
character
where
Danny
every
Fenton,
time,
who became
chat.
a human ghost hybrid after an accident involving the portal between the human world and the ghost zone. This is where Randy first saw the character Ember McLean. She was his first crush, and the moment he laid eyes upon her in his late elementary years, he said he instantly felt something change within him.
Like, if you look on the poster behind me, those were inspired by Ember McLean, which is a ghost from a TV show called Danny Phantom, which started back in 2003, 2004. You know, I was in late elementary school at that time. But this ghost, this woman always connected with me. But ever since I first saw her,
Yeah,
something
man,
changed.
bro.
And it wasn't like I grew up or anything like that. Like, I realized, oh my gosh, I'm attracted to girls and all this. No, it just, something changed. It was like a spark. And it just connected with me. It made me feel warm inside. And it felt very familiar.
Nah, Harkin, that's not how that works because I didn't have a dad either. And I also, bro, this guy, okay, this doesn't make sense. Chat, how many of you guys at one point looked at the mom from Flintstones and you were like, damn? Or you were like, yo, Cow and Chicken's mom? Or you were like, yo, you know who else, bro? Dude, there's no excuse for this, bro. At some point, you're like, yeah, this is a cartoon. I don't get it. Maybe he'll explain it. Yo, Misty from Pokemon. I used to fucking love her.
Which was strange. It was like I'd seen her before.
He said his official Ember phase started in 2010, but later said this obviously wasn't a phase.
Yo, and this guy's a fucking idiot. Bro, you know who would have been I mean, nothing's valid for what he's about to do, but, bro, Kim from Kim Possible, you fucking idiot. You dumbass. You ain't even crushing for the right. Dude, Kim from Kim Possible, bro. Oh my, dude.
Phase, but a realization. As Randy fell down the
Oh shit. Wait, Costic's right. Jessica Rabbit from Roger Rabbit. You right.
rabbit hole of this infatuation, he created his own spin-off characters, also known as OCs, original characters, along with his own animated series based on the show. This series was called
Yo, I love you.
Ember's
I
Ghost
said,
Squad.
Thank you for being here, bro.
Obviously inspired by Ember
Thank you for the
McLean.
gift. Thank you
Randy
for being
was so
here.
invested in his animated series that
Love
he
you,
had
man.
stickers of his fictional characters on his car. What started out as a seemingly innocent partaking of a fandom was about to turn into something far more disturbing. But in hindsight, perhaps the signs of Randy's dark side were evident in his early years. As a child, Randy was described as shy. He desperately wanted friends and began struggling with thoughts of death in elementary school, fantasizing that he'd board a plane and it would crash, so it would be an insta-death.
What the
Death
fuck?
was even a reoccurring theme in the games Randy would play as a child, making the childhood
All
videos
right.
he'd upload all the more eerie to look back on.
So why don't you?
It's not that easy. I can't suffer, not just me, but all the people who made me suffer.
Why do you want to die so much? It's good to be living.
No, it's not.
His loneliness would follow
Caustic,
him into
we're
high
watching,
school. Though he described having a
spooky
few
stuff.
friends, he never had a girlfriend or went on a date. It was during this time
Why
that
the
Randy
voice? It's not an AI voiceover. God damn it, Caustic, please. Okay, basically, Caustic, we've been watching videos that pertain of like weirdos that do crazy shit. The other day was a guy. It's not. Okay. Anyway, the other day was a guy who, Chet. What was it? They really liked. Holy shit. Oh, My Little Pony. They were obsessed with My Little Pony, and they were pissed that Velvet Crush or whatever would never fall in love with him. And now there's this guy.
seemed to start crying out for help through attention-seeking behavior, such as writing stories in class where the characters would die horrible and gruesome deaths. He couldn't believe his teachers didn't care.
I must have wrote like 4 or 5 stories where the character got killed at the end, and I actually turned these in as assignments, and I never got like any like weird looks from the teacher or anything. She was a nice teacher and everything, really great. Yeah, the teacher never like felt concerned or anything. I just remember not getting any feedback in terms of that.
Dude, this
So
shit
I
is
don't know
eerie.
what she was thinking, but
Soon enough, Randy started investing more time into Pioneer Productions, and it wasn't long before YouTube became his passion in life. He eventually decided to dedicate all his time to his channel. It was during this time that Randy seemed to get more and more isolated. He was almost always alone in his videos. Something inside Randy would begin to break in his late high school years as he prepared to enter the real world. He began getting poor grades as he neared graduation, and he hated his job working at the Wise supermarket.
and high school, I was that typical jaded teenager, you know, just don't want to be here, don't want to do anything. I'm bored with my life. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. You know, the typical teenage drama you deal with. And
Having no clue what he wanted to do with his life, he started to go down a dark path, fantasizing about setting himself on fire like the cartoon character Ember and taking his own life.
Bro,
And something would happen to Randy that would change him forever. One of his brother's
The
friends,
real
Tom,
world, like,
died
on
in a car
MTV?
crash.
Tom Lynch, he was in my brother's grade. He's a grade below me, but I've had a class with him before and whatnot, so I knew him. And he died on his way to in school in the morning, crashed into a tree, smashed into a
Bro.
tree, dead on arrival at the hospital.
do you know what I don't get, bro? I don't know. I guess we're gonna fucking see. Oh yeah, he was. I don't know. I don't know how he did this. But okay, hold on.
That was the first time I got
I swear to
messed up.
God, if
That
this guy has
messed me
any
up.
fucking
Though
guns
had
that he
known
was able to
Tom
buy,
well,
that's
he said
insane.
His death really affected him. His daydreams in class became consumed with either YouTube or death, and his growing fixation on the morbid subject would lead him to start a strange tradition, driving by the location of Tom's death every year on the same day he died.
When I'm not thinking about YouTube or my family or what I love, I'm always thinking about what happens after you die. I want to do everything I possibly can in life before I'm dead. And that's just a scary thought. It's like everything has to end sometime. I'll be dead one day. You'll be dead one day. It's not good to think about stuff like that. I know this is
This
scary
was a
stuff,
live
but
feed.
It is just weird, and I think about it too much.
Randy claimed to be struck by tragedy again after one of his newest friends, Matt, also suddenly died in a car accident. He wrote in his journal, "Tom's death sucked the life out of me. Matt's death killed me."
Doesn't matter what you do, you're gonna die. You'll end up dead one day. It's like right now. Someone right now is going to sleep. They're gonna wake up tomorrow and be dead. Someone's gonna die tomorrow that just went to sleep. And they don't know that. They're gonna go to sleep now, wake up tomorrow, go into the world, and they're gonna die somehow. Car accident, heart attack, some other supernatural force or whatever. Yeah, just I think about that a lot too, which is weird. I think about death a lot. And I take no shame in thinking about dying a lot, but I seriously do think about death all the time, and it's not a good thing. Death is not fun to think about. In a way, it's like an escape. For me, it is.
The problem with him in that thing is like you can't have empathy with the whole, like, you can't be like, well, I understand what he means after his friends passed, he changed. It wasn't that he was always like this. His friends passing was just an add-on to, oh, things are just always like this. There's a difference between, oh, I'm sad about it. Like, dude, I'm not gonna get into it, but this doesn't.
Not long after, Randy himself ended up getting into a car accident, and it was like this event flipped a switch in him, causing his obsessions to spiral into an even darker, deeper place. Randy began to fixate on the idea of getting older, and this idea terrified him. This fear would eventually warp into a disgust for older people, and Randy decided that living past the age of 30 was pointless. It was here that he decided he wanted to die young and soon.
There would be no possible way I could live until I was 60-something. Not a chance in hell. Honestly, I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people get up every day and go to like a dead-end job, come home, do the same exact routine every day, every weekend. How do you honestly do that? I was never able to compute it in my head. How do you live on this planet for decades upon decades upon decades? I honestly don't know how you
Brother,
do it.
then do
Randy
something
was developing
different.
some other strange ideas involving the cartoon
You know what's
character
crazy?
Ember.
This guy lives the epitome of the opposite of what he bitches about. So why is he bitching? Dude, you are doing the things that you supposedly live for. You're living the life you want to live. Why are you bringing everyone else into this?
Writing in his journal.
Yeah,
"I
this
miss
guy just
my
loves
cartoon-like
fucking
form.
attention, dude.
Bodies
That's
in
all
this
it is.
dimension are tolerable, but they're nothing compared to that dimension."
And that's when Ember came back into my life. It was in 2013. That was it. From that point forward, she never left my life again, ever.
He became convinced that after he died, he would return to his true form, a ghost girl just like Ember, and that he'd live on with the fictional characters he'd created in Ember's Ghost Squad, or EGS. This was what Randy called his big realization, that he didn't belong here on Earth. He was actually a ghost girl, and the only way he could return to what he was truly supposed to be was by dying. During this time, he also began struggling with his gender identity, leading him to experiment with wearing bras.
I guess what it came down to was I felt like I was like transgender or something. Like I felt like a woman the whole time, which spiritually I'm a woman. I'm a female soul. But I had to live in a man's body to do what I set out to do. That was my soul contract. That was what I was meant to do.
He eventually stole clothes out of his mother's closet and cross-dressed when no one else was home.
I was cross-dressing ever since high school. When you guys would go to your bowling leagues and Jeremy would go with you, I would either film a YouTube video, back in early high school, 9th, 10th, 11th grade. I would pretty much always film a YouTube video between 9th and 10th grade on every Wednesday when you would go out the door. So I would either film a video or I would cross-dress. And that's something I've kept to myself my whole life. I never told anybody about this.
He wrote in his journal, "I sit here alone on my bed full of emptiness."
You know what's sad, bro? I genuinely think that because I think that he somehow, I don't know, bro, I think that this dude never found a human to be like, yo, I also like this. I also like fucking Danny Phantom and shit. And I fucking wear girls' clothes and shit. I know it's a touchy subject, but this dude literally just alone in a dark ass fucking room. I don't know, dude. This is dark.
I'm wearing my girl clothes with my legs crossed. Why am I damned to spend 2 to 3 decades in this disgusting body? I'm not a man. Sorry, Mom and Dad, but I'm not sorry. I'm a woman. Each and every day it gets harder and harder to live in this body. I'm wearing my female natural selection shirt with my American Eagle bra, panties, and black leggings. I guess the proper term would be transgender, but I don't even fully agree on that. I'm legit a girl trapped inside a boy's body. I'm a femme soul. Randy began taking action to change his appearance in order to better match his ghost girls. He skipped meals when he could, surprised that his family didn't notice.
Harkins,
and started shaving
exactly,
all of his
bro.
body hair with the woman's razor.
The
At first,
problem
he hated
is you
his
can
razor
have
except for
any
razor
opinion on the lifestyle that someone like this has.
Again, he couldn't
He
believe
chose
that
the
no one
fucking
noticed.
stupidest route in terms of fucking being like hurting other people, obviously. But I mean, dude,
Every year
at the
my
end of the
life since
day,
2013,
look at this
more
dude.
and more feminine.
He's a fucking Cowboys fan. So I don't know why. That just right there, everything stopped for me. I don't know why. I don't know why my fucking ADHD just like my mind just. everything I was about. He's a fucking Cowboys. Nah, I'm being real, bro. Cowboy fan dad. Bro. Okay, so hear me out. This is like, I fucking swear to God, hear me the fuck out. Hear me out. Only people that like Cowboys, I swear to God, because I used to like them when I was a child, are people whose mom's boyfriend liked the Cowboys. Or stepdad. No, wait, Caustic, hear me out. Hear me out. Then you grow up and you're like, I fucking hate that guy. And then you choose another team that's ass, but you know you're ass. The Raiders. Welcome, guys. Now, yeah, this dude obviously grew up in a place where he could not like the Cowboys and Danny Phantom in the same place. Shit is insane. This shit is crazy. Fuck, man. Nah, this is taking a lot from me right now. I'm not joking. The fact that my brain went Cowboys fan. Did you guys hear how? Did you guys catch how I was about to go into some other shit and my brain just went?
Can't even explain it.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
Look at where my stuff was. You'll see there's a girl's Venus razor there. There's the Skintimate stuff that girls use to shave their legs and arms with. Every 3 days since like 2016, I've been shaving my arms and legs and entire body every 3 days. It's just one thing I'll say is like that white stain on the floor, like that splotch you'll see on my carpet. That was an Ember thing. I wanted to make my skin as white as possible to look like her. I wanted it to be completely white, so I bought this body paint, which was like, I don't even know what it was. It was like latex that like, it becomes like glued to your skin and you gotta peel it off. And it got on the carpet and then it got freaking in my body hair, which like almost never came out at the time.
You know what?
Body hair.
I don't know how to put this, but I know my chat is reasonable enough to probably understand what I mean. This is the type of asshat that goes and he fucking he's like talking shit about gay people and stuff, but then he does this shit, right? He's the type of dude in the fucking behind the scenes, he's like saying the craziest shit. He fucking hates everybody in his path, whether you're straight, gay. He's just talking mad shit, bro. Whether you got a dick, a vagina, it doesn't matter to him. He's talking mad shit. And that's what I don't understand, bro. Find your group of friends, man. You know what, bro? I'm wearing a ski mask. The best way I could put it is there's people as weird as you, bro. There are people as weird as you, bro. Go find them, motherfucker. Stop hurting others, dude.
Hair I had at the time anyways, but that stuff never came off. It's funny. Yeah, you're over there sleeping and here I am at 3 a.m. covering myself in this latex.
Randy's inner turmoil was far from over, and although his passion for Ember would continue to intensify, it wasn't long before he was forming a new obsession, the Columbine High School massacre. He began frequently posting on a Columbine forum and participating in different threads, even a thread for sharing Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold memes. One post that caught his attention read, "I know the students finished the 1999 school year at a nearby school, but I was wondering if they still had to complete their final exams. What about exams for the injured? It'd be so mean to make Patrick take them after he got out of the hospital."
Okay, Caustic, you dumb motherfucker. You can't say, I'm not going to watch this anymore. People are going to be people. Then let's go, boys. Like, what is going on with you, bro? Oh, man, I didn't mean to do that. Motherfucker.
Randy replied, "I never thought about that, ha ha ha. Tests had to be the last thing on the surviving victims' minds." To me, Randy just seemed like one of those people who, when he's interested in something, he dives in headfirst with an almost uncanny hyperfixation. But unfortunately, none of his obsessions were healthy, and now Randy was starting to get ideas. He was also starting to feel increasingly lost in life. During a live stream from 2014, 3 years before his
does
plan,
this guy kind of remind
Randy
you of
suddenly
Fred?
announced to the dismay of his fans that he wouldn't be around much longer and would probably be leaving YouTube for reasons he couldn't state.
This guy kind of reminds me of
Not
Fred.
leaving right this second. It could be a year, it could be a little bit longer than that. I don't have anything set in stone or anything like that. There's multiple reasons for it. I don't know, I don't really know what to say. It's just like, I'm leaving in like a year.
He ranted about how his YouTube channel was all he ever wanted to do, and how graduating from college for mass communications was a waste of 3 years because it was a field he said he would never enter. He had his passion for YouTube, but after working at it for 6 years, he was sure he had failed. Having to accept this and figure out a different way to earn money seemed quite difficult for him.
You know, it's like, it's not really, YouTube's not a job or anything like that, but it really is like I have 2 different jobs in my life and having to balance each one. The one I care about most is YouTube, but it's not a job. And that's literally all my time goes into the YouTube channel. I just can't deal with everything anymore.
He also talked about how much he hated his job at the supermarket, but he had to keep it for the money.
Supermarket for 4 years. I'm about to set the place on fire. Right now, that's my only source of income, and I'm not making a lot. I wish I could just do this forever. I wish I could just interact with viewers, do videos, but life doesn't allow.
What is wrong with this guy? You know what's nuts? He was interacting with fucking like all these other people. Bro, you can do this. Bro, you know what's crazy, Chad, about this shit? He wants exactly the world that like fits him perfect. Dude, join like a furry club. Join something, motherfucker. There is something for you, weirdo.
All that.
He also
Like-
alluded to something extremely telling.
Don't
There's
go
just-
fuck.
There's so much
like-
more than just like real life problems. There's other stuff too that.
Yeah, it's
just
attention,
what's in
bro.
my head
It's literally just
what I
I
want
can't
to
get
do.
this soon enough. It's me.
And,
That's
just
what
things
it
I
is.
don't want to say publicly because it would hurt a lot of people.
But somehow, even after this pessimistic live stream, Randy said that 2014 ended up being one of his best years, and so he held off on planning the grand escape from his human body. However, it wasn't long until he began to feel dissatisfied with life once again, and in 2017 he decided it was time.
Bro, he's got Cowboys
But
merch
before
everywhere.
he could do anything, he wanted to finish off the EGS animation project he'd been working on. That, and he needed a weapon. He thought he'd be able to go forward with his big plan in September, figuring he'd finish his project by then. He tried to figure out a way he could decide the date based on coding the letters EGS, E being 5, G being 7, and S being 19, placing his
What up,
big
Raven?
plan
How you
for
doing, Bobby?
5719. But as the days went by, he realized he couldn't wait 2 years. He wanted to die so he could become the ghost girl that was clawing to get out.
14, 13, 12 days away from doing this, you know? This is it. There's a lot on my mind. If you're in my position, you'd have a lot on your mind too. Every day I have to make
Cossack,
count.
that's the dumbest shit
this
I've
is
ever
it.
heard.
Just under 2 weeks to live. You got 2 weeks to live. What do? Goddess forbid if somebody does see me blocking the exits, I don't know what they say. I don't know what I'd say. Tired of the same old
How so? Bro, Cossack, what are you, like, Cossack, you know Alex Jones, why he's getting sued for so much money? Because a dude went and wiped out a school full of children more than was taken out in Columbine because of the shit he saw in Columbine. What the fuck are you talking about? It would have been, it would have been just, what?
routine.
Are you-
tired of everything but my
Huh?
girls? That's really it.
Cossack, tell me why it would have been different. What the fuck would have changed? Oh, they would have been on the internet? They wouldn't have done it? What the fuck are you talking about?
In the meantime, Randy began filming a set of tapes for his parents to view after his death.
Yeah, they would have fucking live streamed it. What are you
Planning
talking
to
about?
post them
man?
online just before he struck. He ranted in his journal about how much he hated humanity and how he was a self-described narcissist who enjoyed watching the tapes of himself over and over again. Pages upon pages of the journal were dedicated to rambling about the Columbine massacre, as he described again and again how he was sucked into the world of Columbine, and how
Mikey, that's why that doesn't work, because this guy had the same options, so do all these other people. That's what this whole take was about, is talking to people, but even that doesn't help sometimes.
he felt a special connection, especially to Eric Harris. He also revealed he was extremely homophobic and racist, writing extensively about his hatred for gay people. His goal to finish the
I knew
animation
it!
project before he
I knew it. See? I told you, chat. I fucking knew it. This dude's out here fucking just hates at this. He just couldn't find
died wasn't working out. He complained in his journal that the voiceover actresses he hired weren't going fast enough, and he freaked out when an animator didn't want to work on his project because he wasn't comfortable with the theme. See, Randy's animation project was called The Westboro High Massacre. So all things considered, it's weird enough that he found anyone comfortable to even voice act for it.
Still don't have it. I sent the script in March. It's June 2nd. Where's my voiceovers, Laura, that I paid for? Where are they? Better have that voiceover by Monday, Laura.
Laura!
Dead.
Laura!
You feel like you don't even matter. Remember that when you work with people in the future. Because I expected to have this months ago. At least say what's going on so I know. It makes you feel like you don't matter. What the ever. The people are worthless sacks of Nobody cares until you're dead. It's the sad truth of life. Watch all my social medias. I can't believe he's dead. I'm so sad. I loved his videos. You haven't seen Jack on my social media since. And after this happens, people will be like, man, I wish I would have talked to them more. Well, too late. It's always what happened with my fan base. As much as I love my fans, no one said Jack to me until I said something big. Like, oh, I'm leaving. If nothing major was happening, it was like I didn't even exist. What the ever. Swear to goddess. People can say they cared about me all they want. You didn't show it. But I was subscribed to you for years. Who cares? You never said anything. People say they care. Oh,
You know who this guy is? He is the same type of person that we went over like almost a year ago. Remember when I went on my rants about the guy who he asked one of his number one subs came in after not being there for months, and he said, "How are you doing? Where have you been?" And she told him, "Some shit with my family happened. Some people passed away, that type of thing." And he went on a rant about, "Oh, that's not what I asked you. Bringing in those shit vibes." That's exactly. We'll show later. This fucking piece of shit is the same guy. If it's not, my people aren't coming here, then I don't give a fuck about him.
care. It's too late now.
But eventually, everything fell apart with the people he was working with. His project was stuck, and he decided he'd had enough, that he couldn't wait any longer. He purchased 2 shotguns, writing in his journal, "You were a fool to trust me with that shotgun. Oh, mother, if only you realize you just signed my death."
Oh my God, bro.
I'm late. How are you doing? How have you been?
Hey. Good, DC. Whatever. He's being really nice right now. What's up? I'm good, man. What the fuck is going? Chat, press 1 if that was weird. DC. The fuck you? What the fuck you doing? Thank you for the 200 biddies, man. Pretty fucking good, man. What the fuck you? Hey. DC back. Sums up with him. The fuck? Sums up with that. He didn't say anything about sleeping with my mom. What do you mean, what's wrong with it? He said nothing about sleeping with my mom, being my dad, wanting to fucking be my new fucking step pop. Something's up there. You guys cannot tell me that wasn't weird. That was crazy.
Show it. But I was subscribed to you for years. Who cares? You never said anything. People say they care. I don't care. It's too.
Oh, wait. He was making a joke about how I'm not a fucking. I see what he just did. I'm not chat. I'm having a good okay. I see why the fuck I just put all this together when I just hear chat. I'm not listen. Okay.
Late now.
But eventually, everything fell apart with the people he was working with. His project was stuck, and he decided he'd had enough.
DC, fuck off, dude. I caught that.
I care about you, babe.
Okay, fuck off. Okay.
But he couldn't wait any longer.
Dumbass,
he
dude.
purchased
Stop.
2 shotguns, writing in his
Can
journal,
we have nothing
"You were a
nice?"
fool to trust me with that shotgun.
Shut up.
Oh, mother, if only you realized.
Okay, you made me miss this thing. Did his mom buy him a shotgun?
That he couldn't wait any longer. He purchased 2 shotguns.
Okay, this is my thing. Bro, people are going to hate to hear this. I said it the other night. When you give someone a gun and you literally can't look up their name and see this,
Writing in his journal.
you are the problem. Dude, I truly mean this, bro. I don't give a fuck, dude. The amendment doesn't mean shit when you're a fucking moron, bro. Dude, the parents need to be fucking charged. I don't care if it's the sweetest human known to man. I get it, bro. You can raise the perfect child and they're a fucking weirdo. It is what it is sometimes. But when you allow this shit in your house and no one knows, or when they're posting this shit live and the fucking stores can't look up enough, this is just such fucking bullshit, bro. Charge everyone, dude. Charge them
Colonel,
all, dude.
You
I
were
don't
a fool
give
to
fuck
trust
them
me
all,
with that
dude.
shotgun. Oh, mother, if only you realize you just signed my death warrant by taking me to that gun shop.
Everyone's a fucking
That just
idiot.
fucking happened. Oh my goddess.
Oh my god,
oh
bro.
my goddess. I am armed. I am armed.
Bro, in your chat, I'm sorry to pause again, bro, but you guys saw the last one the other night? The kid was the My Little Pony. Your kid looks like this. They want guns. They're constantly... Am I crazy here, chat? I don't have kids. A lot of you guys have kids, so maybe you can help me with here. If my kid comes up to me, am I crazy to think that if he says, I hate everybody, I want to hurt everybody, I would think that this ghost is my fucking real friend and I want a gun? That shouldn't be like, the math isn't too hard there. Am I like, is it one of those like, you're not worried about, okay, CC, what are you doing, bro? Okay.
I got it.
DC.
Two Mossberg 500
DC,
shotguns.
why are you...
My boss has been trying to get on day
DC,
shift for
what the
second shift.
fuck
He
are
had an
you
opportunity
doing?
to get it, but the way things are looking, he's not gonna get it. So then also put me like on the clock here because it's like he's been trying to look for other places to work. The way I see it, I can just barely have enough time to do all this within 4 weeks. I want it to be the night.
Shut
of
up,
June 9th.
DC.
I can't
Shut the
tell my
fuck
parents that I
up.
have 2 shotguns.
Dude,
now.
what?
They know I have the one.
Dude, he's doing the thing again where now he's being nice, and people that are new here would be thinking that I'm being a dick to him. He's donating to me. He sent my mom 2 buzz balls and a 4 Loko in the shape of a cock. Do not take anything. DC is breaking me down like a brick wall. Don't
Then if they see
fucking
that I
listen to
have
this
the
guy,
exact
dude.
same gun, but 2 inches
He knows
shorter
what
on the
he's
barrel,
doing, dude.
Like, why do you need that? And that's when it starts to get into like personal stuff. Like, why do you need 2 shotguns? You're scaring me. Please don't start buying more guns. You know, I have all the pieces. I'm just waiting on getting some eyeliner. So far, it's been okay. I've gotten an occasional like, why are you obsessed with this Columbine? But other than that, virtually nothing. I don't think people would actually like think I would actually consider doing something.
Wait,
like
he
this.
was
He took
15?
target practice videos and what appeared to be in his backyard with someone else holding the camera. and
Oh
filming
my
them.
God,
It makes you
dude.
wonder who exactly
Whoever
was
this
filming him
was.
and how they couldn't have realized something was about to go very wrong.
Holy shit, I can't hold this.
Especially taking Randy's shirt into consideration. The same shirt Eric Harris
Dude.
wore on the day of the Columbine massacre.
Bro.
Hit the button.
It's a
What
girl.
happened next is
Wait, that was a girl. That was his mom. Wait, where is this in the...
Columbine massacre.
Should I hit the button?
That was his mom. What the fuck? Bro. They didn't catch this? Not even the narrator? Oh, Cup, first that was... Oh... That was an older lady. That was not a friend from high school. Yo, what the fuck?
Eric Harris wore on the day of the Columbine massacre.
Should I hit the button?
Oh my
What happened next is
God,
almost
dude.
unbelievable. Randy began deliberately leaving a disturbing trail of notes and tweets that he was planning something, and the date for his plan was June 7th. He was not being very subtle at all, but still nobody seemed to even care. In his journal, Randy seemed almost disappointed.
Yo,
that
this motherfucker's wearing Natural Selection shirts every fucking day. Did he buy the gun with this shirt? This motherfucker is wearing this shirt every day for every photo. How about we, dude, who is running these places? Who is running these shops? Who is running anything? What in the fuck am I looking at, dude?
his parents didn't notice he was planning something.
Oh, his parents
He
didn't.
wore his Natural Selection shirt.
He has different fonts. He has different fonts. His parents didn't notice he was planning anything. What? Huh? Am I I'm nuts. I'm nuts. I'm obviously not a parent. Dude, all you parents out there, would you notice something? Be completely honest. You love your child. Would you fucking notice something?
Time and time again, and was shocked that his parents didn't catch the reference.
No
But
shot.
Eric Harris had a white t-shirt, black text, Natural Selection. I bought 3 of them, yet none of you knew what it meant, which blew my mind. I didn't want to tell you that, so I kept that under wraps. That's a warning sign.
He wrote, "How she hasn't questioned me or seen the signs is beyond me."
Looking back now, you might realize, geez, I don't know how I missed it. You might just start having flashbacks in your head of certain things, like certain situations where it's like, wow, that was one of them, or that was a warning sign right there. Or...
He wondered in his journal if he would have fangirls who would obsess
Do you have
over
any
him.
special pals today's baked? We love and care about you always.
Where are you?
That'd be great, he wrote. He began tweeting a series of alarming messages, not only on his main Twitter account, but on the variety of alternate Twitter accounts he had created to roleplay or pretend to be his characters.
No, not the roleplay. He started out with, he's a role player, dude. No, he's a...
You know, I wrote all this dark, brutal, morbid, grim stuff into my videos, and people ate it up, and they loved it. You know, they didn't realize that I actually meant it all. I started posting on all my social media how I really felt. Amber was always there in this dark place, like I mentioned.
No, she wasn't.
fueled me
She
to
was
do
on a
this.
TV
That's
show
what she told me to
in
do
the
this.
90s,
Do it for the
80,
Ghost Squad.
2000s,
You know, we need
the
more
2000s.
souls.
He even convinced himself that one of his own fictional characters he had created, Mackenzie, was his soulmate. He drew himself as a ghost girl with Mackenzie holding hands, captioned, "Love this girl." Posing as these characters on multiple Twitter accounts, he took on their personalities and pretended he was all of them, tweeting at each other, but really just at himself.
Chat, if I ever start pretending to be another person for hours on end and it starts taking me over and my life is becoming an...
Before Randy's big plan, the Ember Ghost Squad Twitter account tweeted, "If you think your body is ready for June 7th, then you're gravely mistaken. 17 days is your calendar marked. Hashtag big things. Hashtag June 7th. As the days counted down to his plan, he posted under his Mackenzie account, "I can't take my eyes off the countdown clock."
Mackenzie.
Wish you would step back from that ledge. My friend, you could cut ties with all the lies that you've been living in, and if you do not want to see me again, I would understand.
DC, everything's fine. Thank you for the 200 biddies. Chat, I have reason to believe that DC is working with the PsyOps. Mackenzie's working with them. Do not trust anything DC says. He's a PSYOP. Do not underestimate what he's doing.
Andrew isn't crazy.
DC,
Just caught in
thank you for the
middle of
200
two worlds
biddies,
and
man.
dimensions. People don't see or understand that. Looking back on these Twitter accounts
He's a
just
PSYOP,
feels
chat.
weird. As you're looking in on Randy's
Hey,
alter
thank you for the
egos,
hey.
Randy made his character Mackenzie calm and shy, while he made his other character Rachel violent and angry. In speaking through his characters, he would tweet back and forth about his plans in the wide open for everyone to see. The only thing I can think is maybe people assumed the edgy and haunting content of the posts was Randy's way of really getting into the ghost-themed characters. But to him, the fun and games, the pretending, had ended a long time ago.
No,
what might be
fuck
most
this. Chris Chan was able to get arrested out of nowhere by it's just out of nowhere for the accusations, and then let go 2 years later. This motherfucker was able to do this shit, say this shit, be live, own a gun, buy a gun, go shoot that shit with mom. What?
Notable about his accounts is his character Rachel's clear obsession with Columbine. Clearly, his two worlds were now inextricably
This is
intertwined.
bullshit, bro.
At this point, Randy was completely lost in his fictional world and convinced that he would die and come
This is
back as one of
crazy,
his
bro.
characters. It was
No,
his own fantasy
meow.
that would spell his doom. And as his social media antics continued and time slowly
His
ran
base
out,
face reveal
it
gonna
should
be
have been
the-
obvious
No.
to anyone following his Twitter accounts that something was very wrong. Here's where things get chilling.
Randy wanted to go out with a bang, and in a sickening twist,
Okay,
he
dude.
decided it would all come down to a coin flip. Whether he would commit a massacre at home or at the supermarket where he worked the night shift. And this is what happened.
Okay, so here's the deal.
Yo, this guy's a fucking
Got a
weirdo, dude.
1983 quarter right here. You believe in fate? Here's the fate
No,
test.
I believe that you are a perfect example. By your barber should have known by your fucking ask of that haircut that you fucking weird. Your parents should have known that you're fucking weird. And the people that sold you a gun should have been able to look up your name on YouTube because it's there on you. Ted, can you believe the people that sold him a gun? They could have just went on YouTube. They could have went on Google. Isn't that nuts? That's all it took. Google, bruh. What the fuck, man?
I'm gonna flip this 3 times, or the best out of 3, rather. And if it's heads,
Oh, it's true. His mom for
Over
sure
here.
cut that shit.
if it's tails, supermarket.
He's looking like.
As a matter of fact, I am pushing P. That's pushing powder down my musket so I may smite another op. I put a switch and a beam on.
Alright, Dan, go to fucking bed, bro. Give us a couple minutes. Fuck you, Dan. Fuck you, Dan. Dan!
3. Here we go. I'm not gonna touch it. You will see it as I see it. If I can find it. There it is. That's a tails. See that? 2.
Yo, to be flipping this in a clover pass is kind of
at it.
crazy.
You land, you son of here. Heads. Had to be, huh? Have to have it come down to the very last coin flip. Okay, this is it. For all the marbles. Except we're playing for like much more than marbles here. I can't believe I'm having this come down to a coin flip. The flip of a coin.
Chad, we could joke about this all day, but you know how fucking crazy it would be if I was this type of person, but my entire life is like, let's go fucking. Wait.
Coin. Here it goes. 1, 2, 3.
That motherfucker chucked
Land
that.
behind the camera. Just to the side. I can't see it. I see it in the grass, but I can't see it.
Dude, no. No, that's not how that works. See, how about you go and. I can't believe I'm literally arguing with this. That didn't determine anyone's life, you fucking weirdo. I can't believe I'm even arguing this. You dumbass bitch. This is how stupid this dumb fucker is. Went and took people's lives, doesn't even know how to fucking flip a coin. Yo. Chat, dude, come on, bro. Yeah.
Tails. That is a tails, folks. Tails. Which means there's gonna be a loss of a human life besides my own.
Besides my own, you're
Possibly
a pussy.
more than one.
You're such a pussy. You're
That's
such
fate
a
for ya.
fucking pussy, bro.
And just like that, it was decided with something as silly and trivial as the flip of a coin.
Pussy.
The fates of innocent people were sealed, and they had no idea about any of it.
Ready to die, ready to go. 6 more nights, it'll all be over. You hear that? That's how quiet it's gonna be in my house for a week. I want to know how everyone's gonna take this. How much they're gonna cry. How long are they gonna cry for?
Dude,
All I
this
know
guy
the
is
story
such
could
a
just be
pussy,
headlines
bro.
one day around here and then be gone. Might not even become anything for all I know.
On June 1st, 2017, Randy posted that he was going to need the help of his
Oh,
fans
this
for
guy's
next
such a
Wednesday night.
pussy,
Randy said
bro.
he needed someone to record a brief live stream of him.
I decided to broadcast it live on Facebook. I know something's gonna end the stream. It's gonna get cut short. I get reported, flagged, whatever.
In his next message on June 2nd, Randy talks about the Westboro High Massacre video he made, which he promised would come out on June 7th.
I wouldn't say that if he's still alive. What do you mean he's a pussy? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's a pussy? I haven't seen it. I guarantee, chat. No one spoiled this if you've seen it, but we'll just keep watching. Guarantee this pussy takes his own life. I guarantee he doesn't have a shootout with the cops. It's nothing like that. This motherfucker probably did it to himself because he didn't want to go against somebody who could fuck him up because he's a pussy. And I guarantee, chat, that if he... Oh, man, bro. All it took was these stupid fuckers to look... You know what's crazy? All of these cases we watched recently takes a fucking gun store to look on YouTube, bro. Both of these situations... Am I crazy, bro? Like for a second, let's just say the parents are just so stupid. Seriously, bro. Like, let's say these parents are just so fucking stupid. And they drool out of their fucking mouth when they breathe. These people that own the gun store in both these situations could have Googled these guys, bro. Oh my God, bro. Weirdos, man.
What happened? What the happened, man? This is surreal right now, but I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think this is gonna be my last video. I don't know what will happen to my channels after this. I don't know what people are gonna think of me after this. It doesn't bother me, but just looking at everyone at the supermarket, the manager's coming in, just messing around, talking about this, and 4 more nights, your whole lives are gonna be turned upside down because of me. I'm gonna f your life up. I can't wait. I want that supermarket to be closed for like a month or go out of business.
Bro, you know what makes me sad, chat? There's a good chance this guy never got punched in his face.
It'll be over.
I know that sounds random.
Thrown away. Whoever would have thought.
I really like. There's a good chance he never got punched in his fucking face.
Cartoon character.
And I wish
How
that
can a cartoon character bring all this out in you?
I
How is that
wish
even
just I
possible?
knew if
The biggest
once.
question will always be why.
There's
My
a good
cartoon
chance he
culture,
never
why?
got punched
I'll
right
tell
in
you
his
everything.
fucking
There's
face,
stuff
dude.
that you
Oh
still don't know about
man.
me that I'll never tell you. I'll take it to the grave. Em, you want a chip? I'm not a psychopath. I don't hunt people down and kill them. I need to eat something substantial.
Yeah, you are. What the fuck? What did he just say? Did he say he isn't
Enjoy
or
YouTube,
is?
I'm nothing. I mean, there's other dimensions out there besides Earth. There's going to be a big eternal war. I will be laughing my white ghost female ass off. When I get messages saying, you know, I help people get through dark times, or I change their life, you know, or my videos make them laugh their ass off or put a smile on their face, you know, that's all I ever really wanted.
I'm not. You guys know how I am with religion. If there is an eternal darkness, an eternal hell, you know what this dude's hell is? His hell, he gets down to that fucking shit piece of warm place, and you know what his entire existence is? Getting a good haircut. Ah, no, please. Shit. And then he has to look at himself with a good haircut. No! No! And the fucking barber's like, yeah, have a normal haircut, motherfucker. And every day he has to look at himself as a human being. He's like, yeah, please, goddamn, I like to look like fucking a complete... No, I'm gonna...
Deep down, it wasn't there in the beginning. Like, in the beginning, I just wanted to be like, I wanted to get famous from it. That was pretty much it. But I was like Onision that had an actual decent fan base, pretty much. Personally, I actually used to watch Onision back in 2009.
There it is.
I used to use his music in my videos.
That makes sense.
It's like, all right, he's making really weird that I don't care about. So, because he would cross-dress and I'm like, no thanks.
Oh,
I
my
cross-dress
God.
myself. It's kind of funny. Pretty similar with some things we view. I say really brutal shit on Twitter sometimes, but people support it sometimes. It blows my mind.
Onision, bro.
It's a man's world. Men, women are better. I'm gonna miss you guys. I really am. My emotions just aren't what
they used to be. Yet the most random thing in the world can make me cry. But things that are supposed to make you cry, they don't. Let It Go and Frozen made me cry. A lot. Not just once, numerous of times. Like almost every time I'd watch the movie. And I watched the movie like 20 times. Life's real short. Sometimes it feels like an eternity, but life's so damn short.
Yo, Meow, you know, it's funny you said that while he said that. Think about those two things, though, right? Because I agree with you. That shit is insane. Thinking like I work with these people, I grow in a relationship with them, and I'm going to do this. That's fucked. But this dude also cries to Frozen. Chat, isn't like a psychopath? What is psychopaths? They don't know. They don't have emotion, right? Like they don't know what like sadness is. Crying is that? I don't remember if that's like being a psychopath or if it's narcissism. Is it narcissism or is it psycho? Is it being a psychopath? So, is this guy like if he's crying to videos, right? He has emotion because I believe him. I actually believe he does cry to shit like Frozen. What, like, where the fuck does his, like, narcissism is just totally self-absorbed? So can you have narcissism but still have emotion? But being a psychopath, there's just none of that? You don't feel that? Can you be like, I love myself, but I also like this person? I don't know.
Look at me. It's like I blinked and I was 24 and a half.
Because if that's what it is, then that's not narcissism, really. That's just you love yourself. I feel like narcissism would be more like you don't give a fuck about anyone. No remorse, no empathy. So how the fuck does this guy... See, do you see what I mean here? Is there like a difference, you think, between a person watching a show and a human? Because if he didn't have empathy or remorse, then why would he cry to these things?
But people support it sometimes. It blows my mind. It's like, cool. It's a man's world. Men, women are better. I'm gonna miss you guys.
Like
I really am. My emotions just aren't
not this.
What they used to be. Yet the most random thing in the world can make me cry. But things that are supposed to make you cry, they don't. Let It Go and Frozen made me cry.
See?
A lot.
Like, how does he cry to Frozen? Do you think it's just there's a block there? You can cry.
You can cry if you want baked. We are your shoulder to cry on anytime you need.
Chat, you're not going to want to see this. DC, get in the fucking room and don't come out, don't talk until I come in there. Get in the fucking room. Go. All right, back to this programming. Thank you for the 200 biddies. DC, get in the fucking room. Go. Thank you for the 200 biddies, DC. Get in the fucking room.
Not just once, numerous of times. Like almost every time I'd watch the movie. And I watched the movie like 20 times. Life's real short. Sometimes it feels like an eternity, but life's so damn short. And look at me. It's like I blinked and I was 24
Not this.
and a half.
Don't.
I
Oh,
died 24 and a half. I sit here and I ask myself, would I do it all over again if I could? I'm gonna be dead before
You're
next
24,
week ends.
you
I'll
dumb
be dead.
fuck.
Legit dead. This is it. So okay, I'll miss you guys. I'll miss you a lot. Some of you, maybe I'll see you on the other side. And this is Andrew Blaze, signing off for the last time.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your lives, Andrew.
He's just a narcissistic piece of shit. He's just a fucking narcissistic weirdo, bro. Andrew
and then
Blaze.
In the early morning hours of June 7th, Randy took a strange and eerie video of the Wise Market grocery store, the place he worked for 7 years, and the same place that would later become a crime scene. In this video, it seems he's scoping around the store and checking all the exit points, and it's incredibly haunting to watch, knowing what would happen just one day later. On the night of June 7th, just hours before the horror that was about to unfold, Randy posted his final video to YouTube, his big animation project. It starts out and shows him loading 2 shotguns, which he calls the Twins, named Mackenzie and Rachel after his favorite fictional characters, before he stuffs them into a duffel bag.
I gave them names. The first one I bought, I called Rachel, and then I called the smaller one Mackenzie, after Mackenzie West. As much as you might find it hard to believe, In this poster, I'm the one wrapping my arms around her. That's me.
Again, this is a reference to Columbine, as Eric Harris also named his firearm. But Randy didn't stop there. Eric had etched the name into the firearm, and Randy decided to do the exact same thing.
Now I duct taped the pistol grip thanks to Eric Harris.
It's in this video that he proclaims, "I've been stepped on my whole life, not anymore. I've had enough of this putrid planet and I'm gonna leave my mark." Yeah, kinda dark, and it honestly makes me wonder what was a bigger motivator for him in the end. The rebirth as a ghost girl he so desperately wished for, or simply getting the attention he desired for so long. You're looking at the beginning of his video right now, hours before what happened. At this point, Randy isn't being discreet. In fact, he practically bragged that something was going to happen. It was in plain sight now, and there was still time to stop him. But
Now,
still,
no
one
shit.
reported a thing.
This
I started
motherfucker.
talking with a girl online, and I started talking to her about the shotgun I got. She was one of only 2 people I told about the shotgun.
Clearly, something dark is about to happen, but I have to warn you that what happens next is extremely disturbing, especially because this is the kind of thing that seems like it could happen anywhere and to anyone. The next day in the early morning hours of June 8th,
Hold on.
happen anywhere and to anyone.
This dude had, look at this. This dude had 2 MacBooks, chat. This was a long time ago. This was, when was this? This was 3 years ago, and I think this happened in 2017. Okay. So this dude had so much love given to him. In chat, I don't know if this is in the documents. Maybe someone could fucking quick fact check me. Can we agree there is a 90% chance that lady in the shotgun video was his mom that we heard earlier? I don't know how no one would hear that. I think we all heard that first try. It had to have been. I don't understand, bro, how somebody, they obviously like did a lot. I'm gonna be real, even with this editing, bro, this editing isn't like, they could have done something well. Like, they wanted animation. You know what's fucked up, chat? I don't know how to put this. I see drive, like, I see what could have been drive, dude, if there was the right like circumstances. Bro, when I was in college, right, I went to the Los Angeles Film School. That was the call. I never really talk about the college itself, but it was the same place like Seth Rogen and a bunch of people went. They did animation there for like Rugrats, for Wild Thornberrys, all that shit happened there. Elvis and Snoop Dogg, there was a recording studio in that building that they recorded in. Dude, there's people that have this much ambition. They're a little weird, bro, but they drive it to something. If you have this much ambition to put out a fucking feature-length film before you're a fucking weirdo and do this shit, there's something more there. Yeah, I think it's super spoiled shit, and the parents didn't drive them to do anything. It had to have been like just one of those things where it's like, everything you do is okay, honey. You're fine. And it was never like, why the fuck are you doing this? Dude, chat, if my mom or any of my friends, dude, any of my friends, the parents that I know that well, if their parents saw this shit uploaded, they would not have a home. They would be gone. They would be in a psych ward.
Especially because this is the kind of thing that seems like it could happen anywhere and to anyone. The next day in the early morning hours of June 8th, 24-year-old Randy was working his night shift at the store. He and 4 other employees of the store were stocking the shelves while they got ready to close. It was well after midnight and the store was quiet as they were all pretty tired. But because they all wanted to get the work done and head home, none of the other employees noticed that Randy wasn't actually doing his job. Instead of helping close the store and stock shelves, he was creeping to each of the exits and barricading them with pallets,
Oh my
trapping everyone
God,
inside.
bro.
This calm and calculated preparation is especially chilling to me because there were so many chances to second-guess the plan and turn back before it was too late. Randy took none of them. He casually walks to the emergency exit and pushes a pallet in front of the door before he goes back to cleaning up the store. When he pauses again, none of his co-workers think anything of it, especially because Randy is on his phone. What no one knew was that Randy was sending out a few different videos and posts, which were all detailed plans of the disturbing thing he was going to do next. On one of his Twitter accounts, he uploaded videos called Journal, Digital Set, and most concerningly, one called Suicide Tapes. At 10 p.m., he tweeted as Mackenzie, I hope we were able
Look at this chat.
called suicide videos called Journal.
This was uploaded at 9:11, 10 p.m. Listen to this.
Digital set, and most concerningly, one called Suicide Tapes. At 10 p.m., he tweeted as Mackenzie,
Yo.
I hope we were able to get you through the day. I always say goodbyes.
Yo, how about we, is everyone fucking stupid? Yo, I don't get this, bro. It can't be hard, bro, to see this. It just
But
can't.
it's more like, see you later. Thank you, Mackenzie. Just before
Sarah
1 a.m., right before
reportedly
the
told his
massacre,
mother
he
to move
tweeted
to
as
eternal
Rachel,
hard drive. Yeah, that
"Me
makes
and Andrew
sense.
We're going to give the world a little insight as to what really lurks around in the shadows of your everyday lives."
Yeah,
As
his
soon as he
likes,
was sure that
bro.
the
You're
videos and
right.
tweets were up,
Wait,
Randy
chat, if I uploaded a tweet right now, I'd get maybe 5 likes. This dude had a following. Even maybe more. I'm gonna argue he probably, I don't know what his, maybe someone can look up his old tracker. Like, dude, what the fuck
against his
is
sinister plan. Something that everyone on the internet can now see coming. But his unsuspecting
Bro,
coworkers
what
have no
the
idea
fuck?
that they're trapped in a nightmare that Randy has already made sure they can't escape. Around 1 a.m., with the doors at the back of the building all blocked, Randy marches his way to the main entrance to the store, where he locks the doors and blocks
No,
them
that
with
was really
another
good
bolt.
art. Yeah,
Then he
no,
pulls out
for
the
like
two
even a
pistol-grip
smaller
pump-action
YouTuber,
shotguns he had
that's
hidden
like
in the
people
duffel
that
bag
follow
he
you,
brought
follow
to
you.
work.
Bro,
Randy had brought two
dude, chat, for real, I'm gonna be honest. 30 likes with the time frame that he did, the half hour. That is the equivalent of like now with the small stream I have. Like if like 5 of you immediately were like came to the stream, that is what it is. Like when 10 people are here, like within 5 minutes, that's what they did on this shit. Imagine if I posted, bro, chat. Look out for this shit, bro. This
two
is
guns
insane,
just in
dude.
case one of them breaks down on him or jams and he has no way of fixing it. As you'll see, Randy has taken great care to ensure that everything will go according to
This
his
is
gruesome
ridiculous,
plan.
dude.
Eerily calm, Randy walks through the store, shotguns ready. The details of what happens next are debated, as the news accounts differ from what one of the employees says happened. I'll tell you
Cub
all of it so you can make up your own
is a
mind,
gambling
but
addict.
be warned, what happens next is terrifying. In the store with Randy are 25-year-old Victoria, 47-year-old Brian, 63-year-old Terry, and 25-year-old Kristen. According to Kristen, she was in the same aisle as
Terry.
Victoria, working together to restock the shelves. Both girls have their headphones in, with Victoria's music cranked up and Kristen's a little lower. The two are goofing around when Victoria goes further down the aisle to get another stack of labels, completely unaware of what was about to happen. I don't hate Victoria, but you gotta go, Randy had written earlier in his journal.
Yo, fuck you, bruh. Yo, we gotta invent a way to bring back the human body ASAP. We gotta bring this piece, bro. Oh my god, fuck you, bro.
All of a sudden, from where she is standing, Kristen hears a few
Fuck
popping
you,
sounds followed
dude.
by a thud. Kristen doesn't know it, but Randy has just shot Victoria, first wounding her across the chest. But as she turned to run from him, he kept pulling the trigger, shooting her from behind at the base of her skull. And then Kristen's whole world turns upside down. When she turns to see what the popping noise was, she's met with Randy standing at the end of the aisle, about several feet away from her, the guns in his hands and Victoria laying on the ground between them. As she watches in horror and shock, Randy mercilessly fires a few more shots into Victoria. Then Randy looks up and he and Kristen lock eyes. As they stare at each other, her feet are rooted to the ground, her mind racing a mile a minute, trying to comprehend what is happening. After a few heart-pounding seconds, during which Randy must have been
Yo, this is gonna sound kind of wild. I just thought of this. And this is this is just what probably needs to happen. Aisles need to have center cuts now. I really believe that. This is like when you go down an aisle that's long, there should be a center cut between every single aisle. Only for this. Like, what the fuck? I gotta sprint 30 yards, dog? Bro, what the
debating
fuck,
killing her.
man?
He just turns and walks into the other aisle.
This is
Now, this
bullshit.
is one of the
And it's sad
places
that I even have
accounts
to think
differ.
of that.
As Kristen says,
That is
she made
bullshit
eye
that I even
contact
have
with
to think
Randy
of that.
after he shot Victoria, which is incredibly disturbing to consider. But the other possible version of events is even more eerie. Various news sources actually reported that Kristen hadn't heard the pop of gunfire at all. Instead, they alleged that according to CCTV footage, after shooting Victoria, Randy found Kristen where she was working, and eerily looms only a few feet behind her. And the whole time she has no idea that he's there.
Oh my
Randy has his
God,
shotgun
dude.
still hot from being fired and just watches her for 5 seconds. Then he turns and goes into the next aisle. I don't know which account is true, but regardless, both versions are incredibly creepy. In the other aisle, Randy finds Brian. He shoots him from far away, hitting his arm, groin, chest, and the right side of his head. 3 of the 5 shots Brian was hit with were lethal. Randy also hunts down his oldest co-worker, who at this point had probably heard the gunshots. Terry Sterling is shot twice in the back and shoulder, and I imagine that he must have been trying to run away when he was killed. According to Kristen, while this was happening, she still hadn't moved. She was frozen in fear, sure that what she had seen was a bad prank, because how could it actually have been real? When she finally makes herself move, she runs to check on Victoria where she isn't moving. She even tries to shake her a little to wake her up, but though Victoria still has a heartbeat, she's in a critical condition. Kristen realizes she has to go and get help. Because she doesn't know where Randy is in the store, she calls 911 on her phone while still in the aisle. What she didn't know was that it was sadly too late for any of her co-workers to be saved. She then runs to the self-scanners in the store, and as she does, she can hear even more gunshots. At the scanner, she can't see exactly where Randy is, a very dangerous and vulnerable position to be in. So to keep track of his location, she takes a risk and runs a little further.
Yo, if she's at a self-scanner, she's already at the front door. You're telling me that this girl said, fuck that, I'm watching the shoot? What?
When she spots him and his back is turned, Kristen makes a break for the front door. Once there, she's able to
it was probably locked at
the
the.
Randy
I
had
see.
blocked the exit with, and finally unlock the door. But when she goes to push it open, her
No,
heart sinks. The door won't slide.
no.
Panicking, Kristen slams her shoulder into the door until it pops open, and she can run outside and into the parking lot. Even as a brief wave of relief floods over her, she knows she's not out of the woods yet. Her instincts are to run for a car, but when she sees Randy's vehicle, she decides to avoid it and keep running up a hill in order to hide behind a bush until help arrives. While Kristen is escaping, Randy is still inside finishing his plan. Though he's managed to shoot all of his co-workers except Kristen, he opens fire on some of the merchandise in the store, shattering glass all around him before he shoots at a few of the small portable propane tanks. He wants them to blow up to destroy the store and him with it, but they don't explode. Randy continues to randomly fire in the store before he decides that he has met the end of his thorough plan. Just as calmly as he made his way through the store, Randy then walks into the deli section where he takes his own life. In a gruesomely short amount of time, a total of 59 bullets were fired, all from just one of the shotguns Randy carried. His last tweet was, "Goodbye, humans, I'll miss you." All 3 of his co-workers died from their...
Bro, this motherfucker was uploading so much of this shit, dude. Seriously, bro, like, how the fuck, dude, like, we just see too much of this shit. Is it really hard to be like, yo, Mark, let's Google this before we sell this kid 2 shotguns? Let's, like, Google his name. What? Oh, my God, bro. That's all it took. Holy shit, that was the dumb. I feel that's fine.